G'day YouTube internet citizens, and a very special g'day to Ivy and Lucy, my two daughters. Ipswich Gamer here once again, coming from the Feed the Beast server. And I've got a special presentation for you guys. I do indeed. I'm in my Mistcraft Thorncraft room, and in the last episode... Oh, pardon me! In the last episode of the World Tour, we came to this book and we finished it off here. This is a general mining world, and there's a contraption that I've created out there that's really awesome. The first part of it is actually over here. It's this ender chest here, which is brown. Just make sure there's nothing in there. Good. Okay. So that ender chest is the actual start of the tour, of this special presentation. So let's actually go to this general mining world and see what the jazz is going on over here. Alright, so first thing you notice is we appear in a creeper hole. Whoops! Yeah, creeper blew up. Okay, second thing you'll notice is we have our return home book, which is good, and we have our magnum torch, which I forgot to lay down, which is why I got blown up by a creeper. Next thing you'll notice is something off over there in the distance. What is that? I wonder. And why is there this massive trench dug here? This smells of dire wolf. It definitely smells of... This definitely smells of dire wolf. Well, it's a little bit smaller than a dire wolf contraption. This particular mining contraption. But yeah, this is basically my version of the Direwolf 20 World Eater. Yeah, you can see I've compressed it down an awful lot. Yeah, and it doesn't need any turtles, which is great. Yeah! Okay, so let's have a look around here. Remember the brown ender chest? That gets fed over to here. Hopefully good. Flight control's on. Let's have a look underneath here. So let's go down here a little bit. Okay, so this ender chest here gets detected by... This is a wooden kinesis pipe, which has a gate installed in it. And that gate says, if there's an item in inventory, give out a redstone signal. That redstone signal gets fed into a rednet cable, which gets fed into a programmable rednet controller. And those outputs get fed to the various parts of this contraption. Most of this contraption is actually tesseracts, so it makes it kind of expensive, but yeah, it's worth it in the end, trust me. Oh, I forgot to get rid of this. This doesn't actually need to be here anymore. Okay, let's actually get rid of this little bit here. Oops, give me that back. My tesseract, no! Where'd that go? I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Good. Let's get back up here. We've got to watch out for that lava. Alright, so what we have here is this part here is the only thing that will resemble the Direwolf 20 World Eater. And it's a couple of force manipulators, which are fed by a tesseract, set to fluid frequency 44, which is Fortron. Okay, so it gets fed Fortron by here and by here. So this one here moves the entire contraption forward, and if I set this to that mode, we should be able to see that in just a second. There it goes. So it moves everything forward except for itself. And for that, we need this one. So if I set that to dust mode, we should see this thing move forward somewhere. Come on. Hello? It's not doing it because there's nothing actually there. So we actually need to set it on block mode. There we go. Okay, so when this whole thing moves forward, this one will move forward, which will move that projection there forward, which makes it appear on this, which will move that forward. Understand? Yeah, I thought you did. Alright, so those are those force manipulators. They are connected by a rednet cable. Whoa. Oops. Okay, so that one's magenta, and that one's orange. Okay, so this is the part that moves the entire thing forward. Okay, now what actually does the mining? Well, that's why I've got all these tesseracts around here. All these tesseracts set to 44, which is Fortron, and they're all connected to fluid ducts, which feeds into this little thing in here, which is our force field projector. Now, if I go underneath this, you'll see it's connected by another rednet cable, which is white. So remember that, we got white, orange, and magenta rednet cables. Okay, I'll get back up here, and let's have an actual look at the setup of this thing. This thing has a lot of stuff in it. Look at all of that. Okay, so what we are doing is we're in cube mode, and the cube mode is translated up to. So that's just to make sure that anything that's in front of it will actually get mined. Okay? You're also going left and right by a total of 16. Okay, so that makes it go... get over here. That makes it go all the way to the edge of that trench there, and if I can get over here carefully, get on this tesseract, all the way over to the edge of that trench there. Okay, and it also goes down an awful lot. I just basically maxed that out pretty much. Yeah, as many as it will take. As many as I had. Now, we'll also see over here, we have a disintegration module, a collection module, a whole bunch of speed modules, and a capacity module. 32 capacity modules to be exact. So the capacity module allows us to have more Fortron inside it. That's just in case it starts sucking more than it's actually doing as normal. The speed module is obviously to speed the mining up, and the collection module and the disintegrator module will disintegrate blocks, and the collection module will deposit them into this ender chest, which gets fed into the ME system. Yeah, so let's have a look at our controller here. This is my programmable rednet controller. It accepts the redstone signal from here and gives out redstone signals to various things. Now, the way I have this set up is kind of interesting. Let's go. We're on page 1. So the first thing we need to do is we need to set up some constant values. So what we have here is add. So we're going to do an analog add. We're going to add 0 and 34, and we're going to store that in bar 0. So 34 is a constant that we're going to be using. That is the overall time period that this will operate. So that's in seconds. So 34 seconds to do a complete column of the trench. A little bit slower than Direwolf. I think his does it in about 12 seconds. But I don't mind. This thing's awesome. The awesome factor of this outweighs the Direwolf factor. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Okay, so 34 seconds. We'll go to the next page, and we're just doing a subtractor. We're subtracting from that 34, we're subtracting 4 seconds. That is the actual mining time. That's why the period of time that we activate our disintegrator module. We store that in var 1. Next, we take var 0 and we subtract 2 from it. And we store that in var 2. That is the time that we activate the move forward part. Is it? No. Let's go back. Okay, so the 30 is we're mining, and once we hit this var 1, that's when we move the contraption forward. This is when we move the individual single one forward, the one that didn't get moved forward. Yeah, that's my excuse. Alright, let's go next. Now next we are doing a square wave, which is a timer, set to 20 ticks, so basically 1 second, and we store that in var 3. So every second, or every half a second, that gets flipped and flopped over. So it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, once a second. Yep. Alright, so we are feeding that. That's getting stored in var 3. We are feeding var 3 and the input from our chest into an AND gate, and we are feeding that through to var 4. So if there is nothing in the chest, var 4 won't have anything in it. Okay, so it'll completely ignore this signal here. Alright, next, we are feeding that into a counter. Okay, the counter will get its input from var 4, and that's to increase it. So it will increase every time according to that ANDed output, that gated output, and it will go up to var 0, which is our 34 value. And it will output that to 5. So this will count from 0 to 34 in 34 seconds. Yep, easy. Next, we check if that value, the counter value, is less than our var 1, and we store that in var 8. Okay, so yeah, this will actually check if we need to be mining. So var 8 is the mining variable. Next, if it's greater than or equal to var 1, store that in var 6. And if it's less than or equal to var 2, so if it's in between though that 30 and 32 value, if it's in between that, then store that in var 9, because we're ANDing that. So var 6, var 7 gets ANDed and stored into var 9. So this will check if we need to move the contraption forward. So mining's finished, move forward. Move on. So next, we do essentially the same, but we're doing it with var 2. So greater than or equal to var 2. Okay, and next we check to see if we have an input signal, if the chest has something in it, and if var 8 is set. So if we're mining and we have an input to the chest, then we start mining. So the white one output was the mining operator, so the disintegration module. Okay, so activate the miner. Next, check if we need to move the contraption forward, and we have an input from the chest. Store that in var 11. We're going to be using that var 11 a little bit later. Okay, do the same with var 10 and store it in var 12. Okay, what do we do with those? Well, we just do one-shot pulse. Okay, so var 11, one-shot pulse to the orange, which moves the contraption forward. We don't need to have that signal on all the time. So we just do a one-shot pulse, which just goes flick and moves the contraption forward. Next, do the same with var 12, one-shot pulse, output to magenta. And that's it. So, essentially what we have here is a mining facility, which works pretty damn good. Okay, so let's see this thing in action. Let's chuck an oak sapling in here. That should fire up the miner. There it goes. Disintegrating all of those blocks. It's now finished, so it should move forward soon. Let's just wait and see that it moves forward. Should be moving forward soon. Just wait for it to move forward. There it goes. Forward it goes. A couple of seconds later, that one moves forward. A couple of seconds later, it will start mining the next row, the next column. And there it goes. That's awesome. Pretty neat, huh? I think so. Oh, we got a zombie. Where are you? Don't knock me in there, you bugger. There we go. Yeah, so it mines and it mines one of these rows every 34 seconds. Let's just check our Fortron. Oops, I was on there. Okay, let's just check to see that it's... Yeah, you can see it's holding steady on the Fortron. So even with all of these speed modules in here, I have seen it run down on Fortron, but I haven't seen it run out. The only time I've seen it run out was over here. And as you can see, this is where we've got some blocks that have been left behind. Yeah, so that's the only time I've really seen this thing run out of Fortron. As you can see, it's finished mining. It should move forward soon. There it goes. Forward we go. That one will move forward. 2 seconds later, it'll start mining once again. Go on to the next section. There it goes. Awesome. Okay, let's check the output of this thing. Okay, you can see... Bloomp. Bloomp. Yeah, this thing mines so much that my ore processing can't actually keep up with this thing. That's how much it mines, which is awesome. Okay, so this thing sucks so much Fortron that I had to actually upgrade my Fortron production facility. So I now have 5 coercion modules, 5 coercion derivers, which derive an awful lot of Fortron and feed it into that tank that you saw before. Yeah. So this is my miner. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Hope you guys like it. Feel free to use this design in your own worlds. Improve on it if you can. Be pretty cool. Come on, move forward. Look, there it goes. And start mining. There it goes. Awesome. Yeah, feel free to improve on the design as much as you like. Don't forget, give me credit for it. I haven't actually seen any design like this on any of the YouTube channels. So as far as I know, this is an original design. Yeah, so give me credit, and if someone has seen it, just let me know in the comments, and I shall make sure that I give credit for it. Alright guys, thank you Dire Wolf for this little section here, and yeah, thanks for watching. I shall see you guys next time. Bye everyone. Bye Ivy. Bye Lucy. See you real soon. Bye.